Hi everybody, old guy here. I'm not even sure you can hear me right because, well, I don't have a microphone and I'm too cheap to get one. And I'm surrounded by 3 or 4 construction projects. Seems like they've been going on about 10 years or so. And I've got planes strafing me overhead and motorcycle races on the street over, so just kidding. So it was such a nice day for the first part of February, just that I had to come outside and do this. And sort of fits in with the book because, if anything, today we're not cold. I'm sure in a couple of days when winter comes back, we will be. So what is this book about? Well, it's about an alien invasion and genocide and genetic tampering and superior races and evil clones. And man, please pick a subject. You know, this is the entire science fiction kitchen sink thrown at you in a series of just bewildering events, all of which really need their individual treatment, so you'll have some idea what's going on, but okay, I get it. Rob wants you to be as bewildered as the hapless survivors of the human race. They don't know what's going on. Why should you? First strafing run. The book opens with 2 historic vignettes about people stumbling across Antarctica back in the Stone Age and the 19th century, and then a scientist goes crazy at McMurdo Station. What do these little chapters have to do with the rest of the book? Well, Antarctica is cold and miserable, and only a superior person could live there, I guess. But then we get into the most improbable love story in Lisbon involving an American teenager and a Portuguese tour guide that would send any father's blood pressure right through the roof. And then the aliens show up and give us 30 days to evacuate to Antarctica. What? Yes, you heard us. Get thee to the frozen southern lands, or else. Or else what? Just or else. Okay. Now, you'd think at least part of the world's population would go, hey, wait a minute, Buster. But no, everybody decides to start up wars with each other instead of what I would think is the bigger enemy, and then head towards Antarctica, which, as most of you know, is not just a 10-minute stroll down the street. So you get into a rather epic attempt by billions of people to reach Antarctica by any means possible, including oil tankers with the oil dumped out and people stacked up inside. Now, as you can imagine, overall this doesn't go well, but Liza and Atto, the star-crossed lovers of Lisbon, manage by hook and crook to reach the Trinity Peninsula of Antarctica along with a significantly reduced human race just ahead of the deadline. And deadline should be taken literally, because what the aliens do. So, now we shift gears, and it's all about living in Antarctica, which is not known for its lush and verdant vegetation, and soon we are eating seal blubber delicacies and starfish soup, and altering the genomes to make humans more adaptable. What? Yeah. Apparently, 25 years or so after the preceding events, on the most hostile and resourceless chunk of ice on Earth, we managed to crossbreed humans with all kinds of things. including silverback gorillas and sharks. And the resulting creatures are downright terrifying. Except for Echo, who's just big and strong and can suck the heat right out of you. She's Liza and Atto's daughter. For a bit. There then follows an episode of the best science fiction terror or horror that I have read in a very long time. And if your hair is not standing by the time you get to the end, then you may be a snow clone. Snow clone. See what I did there? Second strafing run. Indeed, this bit of the book, about 3/4 of the way through, is worth the read alone. And maybe you should keep that in mind when you start, because you might be tempted, like I was, to make a frisbee out of this. And be further warned, this appears to be the first in the series, at least based on the unresolved ending. Not that the writing is bad. On the contrary, Rob is a veteran writer, a proven guy who I've always liked, especially the novel Child 44, which is more chilling in its description of the ideologically driven Soviet justice system than the murders that gear it up. I mean, the outcome of a criminal case depended on whether it resonates with the prevailing political theory instead of guilt. Rob knows his geography, and his descriptions of Lisbon are better than any travel guide you'll pick up. And he knows his science too, and his sections on genetic engineering will make your head reel. I certainly hope that this survey that we get in the book of Chinese genetic experiments are all fiction. But if it isn't, man, are we in trouble. Old guy here. See you later.